Hello, 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 all my funky junk friends. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. It's Friday YouTube day. So we are all over here on YouTube from the Take 5 group. I would love it if you would join the Take 5 group over on Facebook. And everybody that's on today, all of our collaborators, YouTube links are in my description. So this is a pre-recorded video, so I will be in the comments answering questions or anything like that. So I'm going to just go ahead and jump in and let's get us started here. The other day we started on this board here, which was going to be the basket from Essential Stencil. Kind of looks like that right there. The barrel, I should say. But we're going to do the chickens. Okay. So let's get started on that. This is an Essential Stencil. My link is, or my discount is the word Funky Junk, all one word. And that is from the Stencil of the Month Club. So you can check that out if you would like to. Anyway, so it's going to be a fun day today, you guys. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We went ahead, and I'll explain what I did a little bit here. I laid this on here, and I just barely stenciled the edges, okay? And the reason that I did that was because I didn't want the background of this to blend with the background of the board, okay? So now I'm going to put the stencil right back on. And I was thinking about using brown, but I think I might go ahead and use, hold on 2 seconds, because I want to make sure that when I put this on here, you know, I don't have trouble covering, because this is all going to be yellow up in here, okay? So I want to make sure that I don't do it to where the yellowish orange colored straw and stuff has trouble covering over the black. I think what we'll do, instead of doing black, I think we'll just use a darker brown. All right, now I'm not sure that I really have a darker brown. This looks a lot darker. It's Burnt Umber. It is by Apple Barrel. We're going to try that. Now, I've always shown you guys this. If you twist like you're tightening and pull at the same time, you'll get these plastic pieces up. Therefore, you don't have to use your teeth and all that. So, anyway, that's what we got going on there. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some brown paint on my palette here, which is just a paper plate. I don't really care for the paper plates, because your paint gets it wet and then sometimes you get little bubbles. I have a whole stack. I'm going to use them up first. I'm just going to reline my stencil up here. Again, I just barely stenciled on here, so I knew the outline. And then I took my paintbrush and I filled that in. That looks like poop, but so do barrels, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect, like we've said 100 times. Nothing in life is perfect. You just work on it until you are happy with it. And if you don't reach that point, sand it off, start over, paint over it. It's just paint. We've said it a million times. It's just paint. Okay? So now I'm going to grab a stencil brush right here, and I'm going to put some paint on it. Okay? Way too much paint. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to offload. All right? First thing I'm doing when I'm offloading is I'm getting the paint up in the bristles. Okay? I don't want paint sitting on the end down here. All right, now see, there's still some paint on there, and a lot of it, some of that goops from my plate too. Okay, so I'm just going to take a paper towel, shop towel, whatever you got, and just kind of see how the plate rolls. So it'd be best to use something, you know, a coated plate or something like that. Okay, so now here we go. I moved my stencil. Now, if you're new to stenciling, or you're doing something that you could bump, like right now, I could bump this because my tripod is sitting right there. Because it doesn't, whatever program you use, it always looks different on your screen. So I had to move my tripod closer. So anyway, I'm going to just put a little piece of tape there, just kind of hold it. And here we go. So I'm going to go around up in here let's look at that again. Okay. So when I put the eggs and stuff on here, which will be about right here, okay, I'm going to see this band, but this band is mainly going to be covered with the yellow. Okay, so we're going to hit it, but we're not going to put a whole bunch on. Definitely not going to do back there. I think we're going to leave that plain. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of, so we know that there's a difference there, but I'm not going to make it, you know, solid, super dark type of thing. Okay, so see, I did that, and we know that that point is right there. You can see that, easy peasy, and it seems like it's going to be light enough that we'll be able to paint over it with a lighter color. Okay, now I'm just going to get some more. We're going to go out here and we're going to do our side piece, our little handles out here. Now, if you wanted to do your handles, the different colors, again, up here on this one with the wood grain, I'm just hitting it. I'm just going over it. I'm not going to, you know, try to get every single little spot because, like I said, we're going to put the straw over the top. All right. So looking good under there. You guys looking good. All right. Okay, so here we go. Now I like to go in a circular motion. Some people like to stipple. Some people like to use a foam brush. You makeup wedge, all the, you know, how do they say that? There's more than one way to skin a cat if you're into that. But, you know, I've never skinned a cat, but you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I probably shouldn't have said that on here. It's just an old saying that they say, you know. So, I should not have said that. Anyway, there's more than one way to do the same thing. So you do you do what you're comfortable with. When I first started stenciling, the ladies that I watched, they did this circular motion, and so that's what I'm used to. Now, if I'm doing something that I need to get into little spots or like a little corner or something strange like that, sometimes I will grab a makeup wedge and do it, or I might stipple just to get in there because it's just one little spot. You know what I'm saying? Something like this, I usually do the other. All right, so look at that. You guys, now that looks like an awesome barrel, doesn't it? I'm going to throw that down on the ground, and I'll clean it up here in a minute. But look at that. Look at that barrel. Now look, there's a lot of variance in darkness and lightness on there. And that's perfect because barrels are not perfectly painted. You know what I mean? If you have like a whiskey barrel or whatever, you know there's a whole bunch of variance in the colors and stuff like that. This would also be an amazing stencil to add wildflowers. Do a whole big thing of just wildflowers. This particular set doesn't come with wildflowers, but there are a ton of essential stencil wildflowers that you could just start putting flowers up in here, just tons of flowers. We may end up doing that at a later time, but I think that's going to be totally cool. You guys, I think that would be very pretty. Okay, so our next stencil that we put on, now these layered stencils, it says right up here at the top, I don't know if you can see it with the light, layer 1, okay, and they kind of just line up. All right, that's what makes it kind of nice. Then this is layer 2, right? Yes, layer 2. So when we're done, we'll lay that right in there, and it'll fit perfectly, you know, over the top of those eggs there. So now we have to decide, okay, our fun little guy right here. Okay, again, a lot of this is outlining. All right, I'm going to turn it like this so that I can hold on to it a little bit better. A lot of this is outlining, okay? So like when I do this outline, my bird is going to be my background. I really kind of want my bird to be kind of white, you know, and his little thing red up here, and then use this as an outline. Same thing here. I think I want to do this. I don't want it to blend with the background. So to make it simple, I'm just going to take a stencil brush that I had, all right, and we're just going to very lightly, we're going to go around these outside edges of this chicken right here, okay? I'm not trying to get a bunch of paint on there. I'm just trying to get the color on there, okay? So when I lift that up, I can see where those are. So I can fill that in just like I did down here with whatever color I want, drop this back down over the top and do it. We're gonna go ahead and do our yellow right there because we have the stencil on there. And I'm gonna grab this marigold, and I think I might grab some like a light brown, you know, like a tan. This is called light mocha. We might even grab a lighter yellow right here. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of mix all those up. I'm going to start with this light mocha if I have enough in this bottle. If not, we'll pick out a different color. Getting to the point I'm running out of paints. I don't know that I can get any out of here. Let's take the lid off and see if there's some in there that I could possibly get to come out, because I don't need a lot. I just need a little bit. Okay, so I think that's probably good right there. It's probably about time to toss that. Okay, I'm going to use a fairly large stencil brush for this. And dang it. See, the reason I'm going to use the large stencil brushes is I want to cover a lot of area real quick. Now I picked this color to go for first, just to kind of get the base of our straw on here, okay? And it'll kind of cover the dark first, okay? And you want to, I don't know why I keep saying okay. So sometimes when you're going light over dark, you need to have a little bit of a base coat. So that's what I'm kind of using this mocha color here as kind of a base for our straw, because it'll make it cover a little bit better and show a little brighter. But see that? Isn't that cool? Okay, so now I'm going to take my dryer over here real quick because I want to make sure it's pretty good and dry before I go over it with the next color, because I don't really want to mix the colors necessarily, because if I mix the colors, then I'm going to have, you know, it's going to look like mud, basically. So I want it to be dry. Okay, so now let's go in with this marigold right here. And I'm just going to grab another plate, you guys. I get a little crazy when I'm offloading. I don't need to offload in that big of a spot, but I tend to get a little crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another brush right here. And this stencil brush right here is a little bit big, just like the other one was, but it's what's sitting here. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to offload on my thing. See how it's pretty dry? Okay, now if you're ever unsure, go over here where you're not stenciling. You know, like in here. You can't really see that. In here, and see if you have like a big blob or something crazy on your brush that you need to get off. Okay, so here we go with this. Right here. Okay, I want to tell you guys something too. Okay, see how I can see the barrel underneath there? That's okay. You will probably be the only one that notices that. So don't make a big deal if you can see a little bit of what you've stenciled underneath there, because 9 times out of 10, nobody else will notice that, because they will be looking at the project, not critiquing the project like you will yourself, you know? Okay, so now let's go with a little bit lighter, because straw is pretty light colored. Hay is more of a darker color. Now hay, you know, I would think that you would put straw with your chickens. I don't have chickens. Hay is more for feed, and hay can get mold in it and stuff like that if it gets wet a lot, because it's so dense. So I would think that you would put straw, not necessarily hay with your chickens, but I could be dead wrong. Somebody might correct me. But okay, now look how bright that is. And look, I can't really even see underneath there where my barrel is now because we put those multiple layers on there. So see, isn't that kind of pretty? Right there. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. I'm going to go back over with the darker yellow. I'm going to mix it with that lighter yellow that's already in my brush. And look, I'm just going to hit some spots. See that? I'm just hitting here or there. I'm not doing solid or nothing. Okay? And what that's going to do, ooh, don't want to do that. That's going to give my project a little bit of texture. Okay, so we need to lay that right back down where it was. Or actually, I think we can take it off now. Okay, now I could make my chicken yellow, but we'll see. All right, so now all this in here is going to end up being white for the eggs, but I wanted to do all this first. Now I use this nutmeg for my barrel there. So I'm going to do that with this. And then when I lay the stencil back down on there, the words will come up. And not just that, it'll outline the board here. Okay. So we're just going to work this on here. Now, something we could do if we wanted to is we could pick up the stencil again with the wood grain and do we could do wood grain on this sign here if we wanted to, which we might do that, and then stencil the outline and the words in black. Let's do that and see what that looks like, just for something a little fun to try. Okay. Now you guys, all of us in Take 5 would love if you'd subscribe to our channels. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when we're live and all that kind of fun stuff. Make sure you like the video. That's the best part. You know, YouTube is all my Facebook friends that are here, YouTube is a little bit different on how they view things and what they want you to do and that kind of stuff. So, but it's a fun place to explore and start, you know, moving ourselves away from just one social media outlet. You know, we need to have multiple sources because you guys know as well as I do, at any point, you know, something could shut down. You know, Facebook's done it before, you know, as well as, you know, other means, other social medias have shut down before. We just really know it because we're all big on, you know, watching Facebook and stuff like that. Now I need to use a smaller brush because this guy here is not that big. Okay. So right there, can get that. Now I need to look, that does go down. Okay, that's all it does is goes right there because the rest of it's the eggs. Okay, if I need to come back in and add some more, I will. But here's what I was talking about, something that we could do here as far as using our stencil to its full capacity here. Let's dry this real good, real quick. Just like that. Okay, now I kind of have to watch what I'm doing because I don't want to stencil wood grain past this little spot here. But look, I can lay this right on here like that. Okay. Now, something you can do is you can take your tape. Okay. And I can run my tape like right along there and right along here. I'm looking at where that little sign, the board sign is there, like that. This does not need to be perfect. Okay. I'm just going to kind of put a piece like right there. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to grab my darker brown that we used a minute ago, and we're going to hit this in here. Now, am I going to try to get every nook and cranny? Absolutely not. I just want the illusion of that it's wood grain. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yep, that looks good, you guys. It looks good. Okay, so now let me pull that up and I'll show you. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Now, I kind of feel like I need to get up here in this corner a little bit, but I need to make sure that the lines semi-line up. They don't have to perfectly. Okay, but they can line up just like this right there. Okay, just added some more up there. So see that? Just gives you the illusion that that's wood grain also. Okay, so now let's get our chicken painted right here. And I think I'm going to paint him white. So I'm going to grab some of my white paint right here. I like to use the Rust-Oleum chalked paint for this kind of stuff. So, okay, now I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to hit all the spots that I think are supposed to be white. Now remember, I will be outlining this bird, okay? So I don't need to change, you know, like try to get real fancy or anything with the color. And the reason I say that is like where his wing is right here. We're just going to paint over the top of it. And when we put the line back on, if it looks funky and we want it to be a different color, we'll take it off. We'll paint that part a different color. And then after that, we will go in and re-put the top stencil back on again. Okay, that's what's fun about the stencils. You can reline them up. There's no pulling it off and you're stuck. You definitely can reline everything up. Now see, all this is eggs in here. Okay, so the whole thing in there is going to be white, I think. It's the way it looks to me. And see, here's his beak. We'll do his beak orange, and we'll do his little thing on top of his head and under his chin, the red. I don't know if I'm making the right kind of chicken. I'm just painting a chicken, you guys. So if I'm, you know, making the wrong kind of chicken, I apologize. Don't know a lot about chickens. Okay, now see here. See how we're going to possibly have spots there, what it's going to run through? Actually, our stencil will work on that. So, you know what? I'm just going to hit this brown here a little bit because I started it. But when I put the egg stencil back on, it'll be fine. I didn't need to do that, you guys. I did not need to do that at all. Because when we put this on, whoops, it'll cover it just fine. Okay? So ignore that I did that right there. All right, so let's stop there. Let's grab us a little bit of red paint. Just going to put a little dab on here or a whole bunch. Depends on your mood. Okay, and this little guy thing under his chin, you know, his little gobbler here, is usually red. Okay, and then up here, his little, I think this is called, actually, I don't remember what they're called. Nothing, I'm not trying to be real particular. Okay, we're just going to leave it at that. I'm going to set that there. Now, yes, I'm going to want to add the orange for the beak, but I'm going to do that in a little bit because I can't see it very well. So I'm going to dry this real quick. Okay, and there where I went over the yellow a little bit with the white, I'll touch that up. Everything is, you know, fixable. Okay, when you're dealing with paint, everything is fixable. I think I might want to put like a bandana bow on here. I have some bandana ribbon over there. But it's over on the other side of the room. We'll have to talk about that to put on here at the top. Okay. That feels good and dry. All right, let's grab that stencil back again. Right here. It is, oh my gosh. Got all the tape stuck everywhere. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of line it back up where it was. Now, see, I can grab a hold. I can really line up well using this straw down there. Up here, I'm having a little trouble because of the, you know, because I painted over my outside lines, I guess you could say. So try to find something that you can line it up with. Sometimes you kind of got to play with it for a minute till you get it about right, because sometimes it's a little tricky because you're just at the wrong angle. Oh my goodness, I'm not lining up at all. There we go. See, now all of a sudden it just went in. Now see where that's white right there? Look what I'm going to do. I'm just going to come in here, grab some of my yellow right there. That way that don't stick out. Okay. Okay, just like that. See how easy that was to fix? Now we kind of got to decide. I think I want to do this in black and outline this all in black so that you can really see the words pop off of there. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my ink right here. The color is ink. I'm going to grab this small brush here. We may end up using the black on all of it. Because the chicken would look pretty good black too. Outlined in black, I should say. Okay, so I'll make sure I'm lined up pretty good here. Just like that. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about the eggs because it's not going to come over that. All right, I'm just going to go right along here. Now I want to be careful with the beak because I really want my beak to be orange or yellow. I don't know. Probably yellow would be best because, you know, a chicken's beak's probably yellow, not orange. Now see, I made that a little busy, but you can read it, okay? And what I'm going to do to make so that you can really read it is we'll go over it with white too. We'll kind of offset it a little bit and go over it with white. But I'm going to leave it for right this minute, okay? And I'm going to grab one of these little things. They come with your stencils. You can cut them up, or if you have small ones, just to kind of cover up where I don't want to stencil. Okay, now you can tape off where you don't want to stencil. That is a definite thing that you can do. A lot of times I don't worry about it because you know, stenciling and making and crafting and things like that are supposed to be relaxing to me. And so I don't want to make a big deal about, you know, trying to make sure that I don't accidentally get paint where I'm not supposed to get paint, because it's okay if I do. Nobody will notice, I promise. And if they do notice, what do we say here at Funky Junk Inspiration? If they notice, we say poop on them. Okay, now I'm going to kind of just hit that real light like that. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some, do we want to do yellow? I think I might want to do yellow. So I'm just going to grab a little baby brush here. And let's just grab some of this yellow because I already have it. Now, I already have the black outline on there. So I'm just going to barely touch this. Should you use a regular paintbrush when you're stenciling? Absolutely not, because you'll put too much paint on there and you could cause bleed through. But we're not. We're going to see what it looks like. Like I said, if we don't like it, we can paint over it or whatever we need to do. Okay, let's see where we are right now. Okay. Okay, there. Now see, the beak does not show up very well because it's yellow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my yellow right here and I'm going to cover that again up in here. I'm going to grab just a little bit of orange. This is just pumpkin orange right there. And grab a little bit of orange right here. And I'm going to add some orange in there. Just like that. Okay, and I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to leave that alone like that because I think that looks okay. Okay, see, isn't that cute? Now you will notice there are some spots, like up here, I didn't get all the way I can't think of what this thing is called. All the way with the red. I can touch that up and fill that all in. Then I can lay my stencil back down and fix it. And if you notice there, I got a little bit out of line, but it's okay. It's not that deep. it's going to be all right. Now we need to work on that because I'm not liking how that, I thought the black would really stand out on top of that wood grain slime. Okay, it didn't. Okay, so we learned. All right, I probably shouldn't have put the wood grain on there because it kind of makes it look a little bit too busy. But we're going to add, I'm going to get this dry right here. And this might not work either. And if it doesn't work, we'll sand it a little bit and we'll stencil it again and leave it brown. You know, no biggie. No big deal. No big deal. So I'm going to lay this back down on here. I'm going to line up these letters. Just like that. Okay, my letters are lined up. Now, I'm going to shadow. Okay, so I'm going to go over just a tish and down just a tish. I'm going to go the other way because I'm upside down. So I'm going to go up a little and then back a little. Just like that. Okay? See if it works. See if it works. We need to grab us another stencil brush. We need to reach over here and grab one real quick without knocking a bunch of stuff over because I've just been sitting stuff here beside me. Let's grab some white right here. Okay. Make sure that's pretty dry. And I just really want to hit my letters. Now, it's not going to really be white. It's going to be more of a gray color because the black's blending with it. But I think it might stand out and pop. Like I said, if we don't like it, we will sand over it and repaint it. No worries. But see how the black from my stencils turned my white gray? That's okay. That does not look bad at all. I'm going to let it dry for a second, and we're going to do another coat real quick. So, anyway. Just like this. Okay, now that's going to make it a little bit whiter because now I've gone over it with the gray. Or not, it's really not gray, it's the white. See, I've got a little bit brighter. Okay, I'm going to pull that off. Looks good, I think. Now I can read it a lot better. And it still looks good, don't you think? Okay, so now we need to get our eggs on. Now I don't want to use this stencil brush again because I made it gray. So I'm going to reach and grab another stencil brush, you guys. It's always good to have lots of sets of stencils. Okay, so this is layer 2. And it basically is just going to go on those spots of your straw, okay? Just like that. All right. I am going to take that down because it's kind of in a crazy area. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to rip this, and I'm going to put a piece over here. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the white right here. Now we could do brown eggs if we wanted to. We could do, you know, I don't know, what other color are eggs? Okay, eggs can be a whole bunch of different colors, but there's a lot of brown on this. But we'll see what it looks like because our chicken is white too, so we don't know. Now you have these little thin bridges where it distinguishes between each egg. Okay, so we may, I don't know what it's going to look like. We may end up going in and either outlining each egg with our paint pens, or we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like. But my point is those little teeny tiny bridges like that will move on you. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're not pushing too hard and you kind of go straight up and down over the top of them. That will help keep hold them into place and stuff. So make sure you're doing that when you're dealing with that. Now we may end up having to make our little eggs here brown eggs because I'm looking when we go up into our chicken here, it's going to be white on white. But let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see what it looks like. It always looks a lot different when you take the stencil off than it does when you're sitting here looking at it when you're working on it. Okay, so remember that. It always is going to look a little bit different. All right. Now if we let that dry a little bit, they'll get a little bit brighter white. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I think I covered them all, so I'm going to lift that up. Okay, so see in there, you can't really tell that the eggs are right there. Okay, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we want to do like a very creamy colored egg. Okay, so I didn't have a whole lot of this left. Let me see if I can get enough out that we could use this light mocha, because it does remind me of a brown egg, you know. So you never know what's going to happen until you get to doing stuff. So don't fret if something's not coming out exactly how you thought it should. And I still have this brush over here that had this light mocha on it, so I just grabbed it. Now you should, if you're going to reuse your stencil brushes, you should like put them in plastic or cover them up so they don't dry out on you. Do as I say, not as I do. I never do that. I should, but I don't. It just would make it a little bit easier on you, where your stencil brush wouldn't dry out and get hard or something goofy like that, you know. Now, you see, I'm able to cover these. I got a hair right there. It's my hair. It's another one. These are not bristles. This is actually my hair that's hanging out on this board. There we go. So anyway, I don't know what I was saying. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Okay. I'm going to grab just a little bit more to get up here on this side right there. Okay, so now let's look and see what those eggs look like now. See, those look a little bit better. I kind of like them a little bit darker, but still. Now I'm going to take my brown brush. Here's my brown brush, the dark brown, the burnt umber. I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on there, okay? And I'm just going to kind of stipple on the eggs, because you know how they have spots on them and things like that, so they're just not like a solid color egg and look kind of weird. Okay, I'm going to do it with that. I'm going to also do it with the white, just a little bit with the white, not a whole lot with the white, just to kind of give the eggs a little bit of texture and look like they've got a little bit something going on than just the egg sitting there. Okay, so now we have that. All right, now that looks really good. Here's a couple things that I noticed. All right, I need to take my paintbrush, the paintbrush that had white on it. I don't know where it is, so oh, here it is. Okay, I need to fill this in right here. Okay, you see that? There's a whole lot of the background showing there. I'm not going to try to get super close, but I need to, you know, come down just a little bit with the white on the chicken right there. Okay, now I'm going to try this and I'm going to hope that it comes out okay, you guys, because so far I think this looks really cute. Right there. See, I think that looks really cute. But I feel like I need my eggs to be outlined. All right, so I'm going to reach back here and I'm going to grab my guys right here. I don't think I'm going to use black, okay? I think I'm going to use brown to kind of go around them. Now, I'm going to have to, it's just going to have to be what it is, because I don't want to keep going over it 100 times. So I'm just going to kind of go around And that's what it is. Now there, I'm going to hit that right there because it's dark. Okay. Do you need to do this? Absolutely not. I just feel like that needs to be outlined a little bit so that you can tell, you know, the outline of the eggs. Now what I could have done is in that spot there, I could have gave it a base coat in there. Okay. See, I kind of think that looks a little bit better. But that is me. You do you. I'm going to go around all these. Now, I wish I had some paint markers that were fine tipped, but I do not. All I have are these fat ones. So maybe someday when I grow up, I can get me some fine tipped paint markers. I don't use them a whole lot, so I haven't justified buying a set. But like in an instance like this, I would really use the fine tip would be probably better to use, but I don't have any. Now where I got off a little bit, I just kind of fix it. Don't fret and make a big deal, y'all. Okay. Because like I've said before, if you don't like the way it looks when it's done, it's just paint. You could go right back over the top of it and, you know, sand it off and paint it a different color. Do it different, however you want to do it. But I think this is going to be kind of cute right here. Okay. I don't think that looks too terribly bad. I don't know. Maybe the eggs should have been outlined in black. But I think it looks kind of cute like that. I think it does. Okay. So there we have that little project done. I'm going to just drop my brushes into my water right here because I, you know, need to get them off the table right there. But I think that turned out cute. Now I do think, you know what, you guys, if you'll just hold on for 2 seconds, I'm going to just jump up right here because I have some, all my stencils are laying right here, you guys. And I'll show you the other project that I want to work on today if we have a second. But for right this minute, I'm going to reach up here and I'm going to grab, I have, it looks like bandana. All right. And I think it would be cute just, well, it doesn't really look like a bandana. That's not the right one. This one has the flowers on it. Hold on 2 seconds, you guys. This isn't what I thought it was. Here it is. I knew I had some. Okay. I also have this. I'll show you this too. Maybe we'll just do both, even though it's chicken and not a cowboy. But see this ribbon? That would be cute. Now see, this has horse stuff on it with the bandana. I think I'm just going to use the bandana right there. And I think I'm just going to make a quick little bow. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy with a bunch of different colors. I mean, I could. I have some, nope, we're just going to use that. So let me grab my Bodega right here. And let me get a piece of wire. My friend from Heart's Desire showed me how to make some bows. I'm not very good at it, but I try. She uses this wire like this. Okay? She takes a piece and she folds it in half. All right? And then that is what our tie is going to be. Okay? So now I need to start. I don't want it to be a real big bow, so I'm going to start here. And about right there is going to be my tail. Okay? And I need to twist so that the bandana part is on the outside at all times. I come there. Just like that. Right there. And again, twist. That way it keeps your print on the right side. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to twist. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make this little loop a little smaller right there. So I kind of have enough to get back through maybe one more time. Okay. Make it just, I'm going to come back out. going to make my bow just a little bit smaller so that I have enough to make a, you know, I have my tails are the same and all that kind of stuff. Because I kind of want to go over 4 times, or, you know, 2 times at least. All right, now twist. Oops. Twist like that. Come back around. And then I'm going to twist. Come back around. Okay, so I'm just kind of eyeballing my, you know, the size of my loopy loops. All right, so now I'm going to pull. You can take your little thing here like this and really push that down. Okay, don't break your thing like I just about did. And then my little thing came off. It's in here. Okay, so grab your pieces like that and pull that up. Now take your 2 pieces of wire on this end and pull that through there. Okay, now you're going to pull that super duper tight. All right, and this wire is going to kind of hold it a little bit tighter. And by doing the little loopy loop right there, that gives you a little bit of leverage to really get it pulled through there. Okay, now pull them apart. Okay, and just kind of go around a couple times. Okay, and then go to the back, kind of just start twisting it so that it stays. Turn the bow, not your hand. Turn the bow. All right, just like that. Okay, now you could do the twisty twist on both sides, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, now we're going to cut that off, get it out of the way. Right there. Really couldn't see me. This is behind that. Throw them in the trash so I don't step on them. Okay, now I'm going to fix my little tails right here. I kind of want them to be dovetailed. This one, I must have used this before because it's dovetailed the wrong direction. All right, now just kind of pull that and fluff up your bow. You know, this isn't like one of the big fancy bows, so just fluff it up so you don't see the wire. We could put something in that center piece there so you don't see the wire. Like, look, I could take this and I can cut this guy off here. Actually, let's make it a little straighter cut, right, like that. And then see, I can pull these apart and just kind of put this in the middle just to cover up that wire. That's all I'm doing right here. It's just covering up the wire. If you have something you could stick on there, you know, a little extra something, that would be cute too. Let's get us some hot glue here maybe. I don't want to come out. There we go. Okay. Just going to put that on there. Okay. Hot glue gun, I think, is about had it. There we go. I'll flip that up here. Like that. And just kind of hold that. Woo! Don't burn yourself. Don't do what I just did. Okay, we all have these things, I'm sure. Hold that on there a little bit like that. Okay. All right, let that dry a little bit. Okay. Now you don't see that wire, okay? And I just took a little piece of the ribbon, that was going in the scrap. The rough edges sticking out, all that kind of stuff's going on, but that's okay. All right? So let's throw that away. Let's put this away right here. And I'm going to put this in here because if I do not, I will lose it. And then I will be mad at myself. And what I do with our project, here's our project. Okay. I don't want to cover up my chicken's face. Okay. We're just going to put a fun little bow right there. Now what I'll do is I'll put 2 holes in here and I'll put a piece of wire in here to hang it with. And the reason I do the wire and drill the holes in the project because I will probably put something on the back of this also. And remember, if you're using hot glue to like put your bows and things on, and you put it on your front door, and your front door gets a whole lot of sunshine, it will reactivate the glue, and you'll come home and your bow fell off. Just glue it back on. Use some stick fast, use some E6000. Just find something else to use that you don't heat up to make it sticky. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I think this little guy turned out really cute right here. I think he turned out cute. What do you guys think? Cute, cute, cute. Now remember, if you want to look at any of the essential stencils, you can go to their page. If you purchase anything, I would love it if you'd use my code FUNKYJUNK, all one word. This is a Take 5 event with all of our friends from Take 5. And sorry, my granddaughter just texted. So I'm going to just double check so I do not tell you wrong. Yes, Nicole from Nicole Prose Sparkle Junkie is who you would go to after me. Before me was Mary, and then Jeannie today. So we had Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette. You can do at Jeannie's Palette. Mary from the Painted Peach, at the Painted Peach. Me, and then you could do Nicole, which is at Sparkle Junkie. So, but the links are going to be in my description, so you can check that out. Now we have about 10 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to show you something real quick. Something kind of exciting. Whoa, I'm knocking everything over. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so you guys know that I'm an affiliate for Decoupage Central. Okay, she has a freebie. Okay, the link for this freebie is in the description. You can go to Decoupage Central and take a look around, and you can get this free printable right here. You can also buy blank rice paper from her to print it off on. I just printed it on regular paper. Okay, I will show you, because we have time, kind of my thought process on what we're going to do with this is I'm going to take, I printed 2 of them off. I'm going to take this piece of MSD. I bought it for my laser. It stinks when you burn it. I don't like it. I'm going to take this. First thing I'm going to do is let me move my stencils. Let me grab this stuff I have all piled up down here, because I thought another one would go a little faster, but it did not. So we will do this next time. I'm going to take dictionary pages, you guys. Dictionary pages. All right. I'm going to cover the whole background of this with the dictionary pages. And then I'm going to cut the little cow print lines off there. You can use that for something else. And I'm going to put this on here. And then I'm going to kind of blend with some paint and stuff like that. And we're going to put it kind of down towards the bottom. Now this spot right here, I'm trying to decide. I'm kind of thinking of putting just this 1879 from this IOD stencil set. Just put it on there. What does it mean? I have no idea what it means. Do I care what it means? No, I don't even care what it means. I think it just looks kind of cool on here with this. And then what we're going to do is I'm either going to do that, or I pulled these guys out too. And I was looking, we could say farm, fresh farm, or home sweet home, or something like that with our lettering there. We could even put, put one of these on here type of thing. But right now I'm kind of leaning towards that 1879 because I think it's pretty cool right there. So, but we will do this all next time. But then the reason I'm putting it down is I want to make a big old fluffy bow for the top. Okay, so I'm going to show you the ribbons that I pulled out to do that when we do it. Because, oh gosh, let's just leave this one down here. I pulled out some plaid, buffalo check. I pulled out some stripe. I pulled out some plain old beigey color, some polka dots, and then a thinner buffalo check. And I'm thinking just a big old bow up there at the top will be absolutely perfect. So that is my thought process on this craft right here. We will complete this on my page I don't. Saturday we have the patriotic event on with Take 5 over on Facebook. So check that out. We got a lot of friends going over there. I'll be on at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday to do that. But it's a patriotic event, so I'm not going to do this then. But I think the next time I'm on after that is Wednesday, and we will do this project then. Or if I can't help myself, I might do it here in a couple days and put it on the page. Just go live. I don't have to go live when we're in an event, right? We may just hop on and do it because I'm real excited about this paper and getting this done. So I've got it all set out. I'll put it in my little bin as one of the projects to get ready to do. And we'll go from there. I'm going to put it all together. This is what I do. I take all my stuff like this, you know, that I'm thinking about using. And I have these trays and I stick it on the tray. And then there's a project. And then I have it sitting over there where I can just grab it. Okay, you guys, make sure you go check out Take 5. Take 5 is an awesome group. We have Take 5 411 where we help other business owners if you're interested in that. Until midnight tonight, we have an introductory price for that because we just came off of a workshop. If you want to know anything about our workshop, it is a free workshop. Let me know and I can get you the link to that so you can see that because it was all pre-recorded and you can check all of it out. And then we had a Q&A last night for that. But we'd love it if you join our 411 group. We go over all kinds of things, really in-depth things on helping each other out, grow our businesses so that we can be making money with what we do and stuff like that. But also go over to Take 5. There's always all kinds of fun, inspirational things because our idea of Take 5 is we all need to take 5 for ourselves. Take a minute and take time for yourself. Take a breath. You know, whatever it needs to be. You got little ones and you got to hide in the bathtub, go hide in the bathtub. You know, but we do need to take a few minutes for ourselves, for our sanity, and just for our general health. You know, sometimes we just need to stop all the rat race and stop all the running and trying to do this and that because us of women, we think we are superwoman and we think that we can do everything. And sometimes we need to stop and take a break. And I have found that out. I have developed high blood pressure and it's not fun going to the doctor every week to get your blood pressure checked, getting sent to a cardiologist and all that kind of stuff. So please take time for yourself. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, even better tomorrow. And I would love it if you go over to Nicole Prose Sparkle Junkies here on YouTube. It's at Sparkle Junkie. Her link is in my description. And check out what she's got. She'll be on after me at 7 o'clock. Have a great day.